Okay, man. Let's hopefully my mic sound good now because I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna turn it up some. Hold on. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not going back in the settings to look. I'm pretty sure I fixed it. Hey, I apologize if the mic quality sound a little terrible. It's something with Blue Yetis where it's like every so often they just sound horrible. Like the sound, it just start messing up, and then I gotta go deal with the mixings and all of that shit. It's a good beginner mic, but if you really want to, have some longevity, I don't recommend. I done been through like three different Blue Yetis. I had a Blue Yeti Nano, I had a Blue Snowball, and I had two Blue Yeti studio mics throughout my entire process of content creation. And man, this Nano is trash. I had to stop using that. Maybe it's because I be talking so close to the mic, but I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. A mic is a mic. You see what I'm saying? The Blue Snowball, that bitch just completely stopped working. And then the Blue Yeti, that shit has what I like to call loose pussy. The other one that I had before this had loose pussy to the point where like the cord would just fall out. Maybe that's because of all the wear and tear, but hey man, it is what it is. Regardless though, I'm bringing this video to y'all. The way I stumbled upon this video, it just happened. I told y'all as long as the world turns, I'm always going to have some content because I've been put into the position to create. I've been given the mind to create. And like I said, and I'm going to say it again, I've been put into the position to create. And since that's the case, I'm going to do exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to create in the way that I want to create. And I appreciate y'all for fucking with it. You feel me? Even though we so different, y'all still standing 10 toes behind me. Like I said in my last video, all the support that I be getting is just, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I really appreciate y'all for appreciating my creativity and my individual way of thought. So, anyways, though, man, I hope y'all been progressing in real life. Like, I don't want nobody on here or just sitting here watching my videos all day without actually doing something. And I don't want y'all to feel bad if you didn't do anything neither. But I just want y'all to continue to grow. Like, continue to grow. Don't operate one dimensionally. Like, it's so many people who have a one dimensional mindset to where it's they believe what they believe or they know what they know and they closed off to everything else. Just take everything in. Pause. But really, just be aware. Get your mind to that state of pure awareness. Once you do that, then your life will just be so much better. And like I said, as long as the world turns, you will progress. As long as the world turns, you will get everything you want. I don't be coming on here telling y'all this because I'm trying to portray a certain image. That's part of the reason I don't have no camera up. I don't bring y'all these videos to seem a certain way. I don't bring y'all these videos to just get an extra $2 in my pocket. Like, obviously, the pay is a plus, but I'm bringing y'all these videos because it's a real thing. Like, I speak from my real life experiences. I'm telling y'all, I get everything I want. Everything that I want makes manifest into my reality, no matter what happens. Bro, I'm telling y'all, I was looking at, like, this is a perfect example. I was looking at Ed Hardy hoodies on Grill. They going for like $100. I see the same hoodies for $20 in the store, and yes, they real. So this is what I'm saying, man. Submit yourself to the consciousness right now because the energy is so fucking rich. Submit yourself to the richness of consciousness and really take in all the information that you can and start to build because we need to be in a building process, man. Anyways, though, so let me tell y'all how I came amongst this video or why I even created this video in the first place. So I heard my girl talking to her kids. She was talking to her kids about the seven continents, trying to teach them. And I'm looking up the seven continents because I'm like, bro, what is the fucking seventh continent? I forgot all about Australia. That's a continent. Man, Australia, little as fuck. I'm like, what is the seventh continent? So I looked up the seven continents, right? And then I had a little typo and it went from continents to contentments. And mind you, once the seven contentments popped up on my phone, I'm like, what the fuck is this? So that's what I made a PowerPoint of, the seven contentments. I just stumbled upon this knowledge. It's a very easy concept to understand. So I brought it to y'all immediately just because I feel like I know a lot of y'all young. Just because I feel like I know a lot of y'all young, Wipe that from your memory. A lot of y'all is young, right? So since a lot of y'all is young, I feel like that y'all can apply this to y'all daily lives. Even the ones who old or older, more mature, whatever you want to call it. This is something that y'all can apply to yourselves and really just bring you closer to that state of pure being, of just existing. Because I feel like that should be the ultimate goal. Detaching and existing. And a lot of people think that detachment means you just stop giving a fuck about everything. That's not what that means. It means Jesus take the, you see what I'm saying? Let go and let God. That's what I'm talking about, detachment. Detaching and letting God run his energy through you, his or her, it, whatever. Because I ain't sitting here trying to comprehend God. But like I said, I just stumbled upon this. And then I seen it was fucking 222 when I stumbled upon it. I said, damn, bro. Damn. That shit crazy. So that ultimately led to me coming to this video. Without further ado, we 6 minutes in. Let's get into it. So the 7 contentments. So before we get into it, I want to define what contentment means because I believe that there is a negative connotation with the word contentment because people don't want to get content in their careers. And that is true. We going to get into that later on because there's a slide that talks about shit like that perfectly. But contentment, man, the word contentment is a noun that refers to a state of happiness and satisfaction. So a lot of people don't want to be satisfied. And the reason that niggas don't want to be satisfied is because they don't reach the goal that they want. So say I became content with the views that I'm getting right now, or I became content with the situation that I'm in right now, or you became content with working the job that you're working right now, or you became content with the shitty relationship you in right now. You became satisfied with something even though truly deep down you want more, right? That's where the negative connotation comes from. That's why people say don't be content. When in reality, that shit shouldn't even be crossing your mind until you really fulfill your purpose, until you really start walking down your path of purpose. So it's a feeling of being at peace with what you have, not constantly yearning for more or something different. Usually athletes are constantly like, bro, you can't be content. Or rappers or niggas who on that hamster wheel. You can't just be content with what you got. When you are in the realm of creation and when you are in the realm of, self-acceptance, we going to get into it. This is where being content can come in even when you are hooping or even when you are rapping. It's just all about perspective. Contentment can be being at peace with the fact that you just going to be making music or you just going to be hooping. A lot of niggas think of it as you just going to be sitting on your ass. So anyways, man, so here goes some example sentences. She found contentment in the simple pleasures of life. Despite not being wealthy, he lived in contentment with his family, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with living in a loving home just because you're not driving on fucking Forgiatos and shit. So, the 7 contentments, man. The term 7 contentments isn't a universally standardized concept, but in some religious, spiritual, or philosophical traditions, it's used to describe key areas or attitudes that bring deep personal satisfaction and peace. Depending on the context, it might be drawn from Sufi teachings, Buddhist principles, or adapted from modern self-worship or wellness philosophies. I'm not really into the self-worship. I'm into the motherfucking being. You see what I'm saying? So here go the first one, contentment with self. This is going to be a little short video, but contentment with self, basically self-acceptance, inner peace that comes from embracing who you are, flaws, gifts, growth areas, and everything. So when I tell y'all to do y'all shadow work, it's basically building up to this, contentment with self. Y'all going to start to realize that a lot of the shit that I speak about is connected. And another thing, if y'all want me to talk about something in the comment section, be sure to comment it. If you want me to make a video on something, you can DM it to me on Instagram. If you want to talk to me about something, you can DM me on Instagram. Really, use your resources, man, if you really want to get in contact. So some key practices, self-love, mindfulness, and compassion towards oneself, man. Contentment with relationships. Now, I'm not saying be content in some shit you're not really content with. Don't be content in nothing that you don't like. But being content with the harmonious connections with others based on mutual respect, honesty, and presence, that's a beautiful thing. Some key practices with that is boundaries, forgiveness, quality time, and detachment when needed. So if you got a friend, man, you can be content with the way somebody else is. Being content is not always such an ugly thing. You have to be able to accept. And it's better to be accepting in peace. But if you got a motherfucking girlfriend or boyfriend, it's plenty of fish in the sea. Now, with your life partner, you don't settle for no bullshit. That's why the word content, like I said, it's all about the perspective. People think of being content as settling sometimes. So contentment with purpose, feeling fulfilled by how you spend your time and energy, whether it's career, calling, or service. And this is what I was speaking about in the beginning of the PowerPoint when I said a lot of niggas get this shit confused with just not doing what they want to do. Like saying you be content with your job, right? Whole time you hate your fucking job. You don't have to be content with that. The only real way that you can really be content deep down inside is if you are aligning with your purpose, with your inner and core values. That's the only way you can feel content. And I'm not saying you can't feel content while working at Ford. You definitely can. But if you don't, then work until you find your purpose. You have to find your purpose in order to feel contentment. So here it go right here. Key practices: aligning values with actions, contributing to something bigger than self. Let's keep going. Contentment with the present, man. The ability to be at peace with what is, not what was or what's going to be, with what is, without needing to change or escape it. It's so many niggas who won't acknowledge the truth of the present moment because they trying to escape it, because they don't really deal with the present moment. So when you bring them that reality, a lot of them niggas really start to fucking crumble. Don't let that be you. Key practices is mindfulness, gratitude, and radical acceptance, man. Contentment with material life. Finding sufficiency and peace in what you have rather than chasing what you lack. Y'all have to know, bruh. It's always in this material plane, especially with all of these demons running around, these examples of you not to be. It's always going to be comparison. It's always going to be, no, I'm not going to say it's always going to be comparison because you can detach from that, but it's always going to be somebody with more than you. It's just that simple. Somebody is always going to have something more than you. Somebody is always going to have something that's seemingly better than you as well. Seemingly better than yours. Say you got a car, you got a Lamborghini, and then you like, damn, this nigga just popped out Bugatti. You get the newest Jordans. Nigga come out newest motherfucking Alexander McQueen's. You see what I'm saying? It's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be something. So you have to be content with what you have. Some key practices of this is simplicity, gratitude, and detachment from excess consumption. Another one, man, contentment with growth. I believe it's only one more slide after this one. Contentment with growth. Accepting where you are on your journey, even as you strive to evolve. You have to accept the evolutionary process. You have to accept that everything moves at a flow. All the ups and all the downs, it moves at a flow. You have to be able to accept that, bro. If you're not accepting that, you're not going to be able to grow at all in anything that you do, especially in 2025. It's different from 2018, 2017, It's different from the past, y'all, where all of these niggas was faking it to make it. It's different. It's different. You're not going to be able to do that shit no more. You can't. So key practices, man: patience, humility, and trust in the process. And then here go the last slide right here. Here go the last slide right here. And I know it's a lot of niggas who try to make their own interpretation of God. But the seventh and final contentment is being content with divine mystery. Being content with the fact that you will never be able to fathom everything in this universe. You won't. Let it go. Let it go. Most of y'all niggas haven't even had no one-on-one situations with the creator. Most of y'all haven't had no divine experiences. You can't even comprehend what's going on. You can't even remember half the shit because the frequency is too high. So the seventh contentment is contentment with divine mystery. Peace in not having all the answers, little nigga. You don't know everything. And I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the other nigga over there. Peace in not having all the answers and in trusting a greater force, bro. God, universe, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it. So the key practices of this and what really needs to be the underlying factor of all of these slides is surrender, faith, and spiritual connection. So that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is a little short, motherfucker. I think I'm going to record one more thing for y'all today. And I might stream. I know I said I was going to stream yesterday, but I ain't going to lie. Being live, I got to be in a certain mood for it. I don't be, you feel me? You feel me? You see what I'm saying? It's Saturday, though, so we going to see what the deal is, what the business is, man. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Like I said, if y'all want me to make a video, drop it in the comments. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Pull up to the Twitch, bro. Link in the description, man. I ain't playing.